أنا اسمي شاري، والنهاردة حابة أكون بتكلم معاكم عن the influence of pharmaceutical companies on physician prescription behavior. mainly حابة أكون بتكلم عن the influence of the pharmaceutical company and to what extent what are the promotional mix and what's the difference between them and what is the highest and lowest effect. In the practical implications, this report will help the pharmaceutical companies to be more effective in setting their strategic marketing plans to gain more competitive advantage and their budget in the most effective sector allocations. Mainly to overview the pharmaceutical company, they are mainly directed their marketing effort towards physicians, and why physicians especially, as they generate the prescriptions and they are the source of business revenue. Also, patients are the final consumer for the pharmaceutical company, but physicians play the role of a client, influencer, and watchman and decision maker, and patients play only the positions of a consumer. Globally, we found that the pharmaceutical industry spend almost 120 billion per year on promotion, while sales pharmaceutical product were more than 1,000 billion dollars. And one of the most effective marketing tools we found was the personal selling. Personal selling, as a pharmaceutical sales representative, they are the field force of pharmaceutical companies. Their role mainly to visit physicians in hospital, clinic, healthcare centers where healthcare service is usually provided to the patient. As pharmaceutical advertising also has a significant impact on physician prescriptions behavior, most physicians in Saudi Arabia accepted the present, and in USA we found that 80% of the promotion was directed towards a physician. In Canada also we found that promotion was getting higher than the research and the development of medicine. There are two different trends in prescribing medicine, in the private sector and in the public sector. In Malaysia, we found that in the private sector, doctors as physicians were seeking for the brand product. They were searching for the safety, efficacy, and the quality, so that the market was formed in the favor of a branded pharmaceutical, which lead us that branded pharmaceutical dominates the Malaysian pharmaceutical market with almost $4 billion, which lead us to focus more in the model developed by Kotler, which required an emotional and awareness to convince a person to buy. The SR theory has been adopted by pharmaceutical company to promote their medicine to physicians to increase the growth in the market as well as to increase sales revenue using tools as medicine brand, advertising, medicine quality, and sales promotion. From the SR theory, we go to the marketing strategy were classified under 5 promotional techniques: advertisement, sales promotion, public relation, personal selling, and direct marketing. What's the difference between each one of them, and what has the highest and the lowest effect in the physicians? As advertising, we found that it's interfere in physician prescribing behavior by using materials impacting cognition, affections, and objective. In USA, we find that they are spending almost 2.8 billion annually on advertising to communicate 3 activities: to update, convince, and tell the physician about everything about the medicine, its features, benefit, and how to use it. In Saudi Arabia, we find that the leaflet was the most effective tools to remind the physician about the product. As a sales promotion, we found it was more effective than advertising. When consumers reach the balanced phase of the buying habit, we found that sales promotion is most effective than advertising. As a personal selling, long-term relationship between the the representative and the personal representative to the physician, we found that the buyer stimulates the buyer to feel some obligation for making response, and typically they have the skills to satisfy and problem solving, consumer oriented, to build this long-term relationship with the physician. In Saudi Arabia and Pakistan, we found that more than 50% of the physicians agreed that a personal selling representative or pharmaceutical sales representative influence their medicine choice. As a direct marketing channels, it is the new trend nowadays due to the COVID-19. These channels included direct mail, internet selling, telemarketing, portal and postal order. These found effective means of serving their consumers and the customers, but we found it has a least effective promotional strategy. Why? We found in Lebanon that this strategy it has the less influential tool, while in USA pharmaceutical companies spend more than 800,000 for a direct mail campaign, and we found it may be different in Hong Kong to China. We found that these pharmaceutical promotional techniques may different and more and have more influential than a promotional gimmicks by physician in China comparison to the physician in Hong Kong in the same country. Public relationship, we found that as a marketeers turn to the public relationship to create a long-term relationship with the consumer by promoting and protecting the company image and individual product. It attracts those consumers and the customer who tend to avoid a salesperson and advertising. There was a study in India regarding the influence of pharmaceutical marketing on prescription behavior. They found that during the launch meetings, the reputations of the company have a great influence on the physicians to prescribe the medicine specifically. They also included that and concluded that the more expansive strategy involving the public relationship are the most effective ones. As a conclusion, as face-to-face interaction are not recommended due to the new norm of COVID-19, personal selling will be more difficult and expensive to conduct. So a lot of pharmaceutical industry should strictly comply with the guidelines of the physicians are the direct front liner in treating COVID-19 patients. Pharmaceutical companies should focus on alternative communication channels which are permitted by the regulatory authority to conduct personal selling, for example, online platform like Teams, Microsoft Meet, to interactive visit a medical doctor in timely fashion. Thank you, and I hope this article was beneficial to you too.